Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're warming up for the Rose Rock Festival in downtown Noble, and after the break, we're discussing the Olympic events that are being hosted in Oklahoma City. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
And we are barbecue experts.
We are barbecue experts.
We are slathered, gathered, and lathered in barbecues.
We are. I don't know if we're experts, but I don't know if there is actually an expert. Because I can't find a single point in this whole activity where two people agreed with one another.
There was a lot of Monday morning armchair brisket covered quarterbacks.
There are.
That seem to know a lot about barbecue. Here's the thing. Can we clear the air? I don't care if we pit, you guys put the two best barbecue places in the front. I don't care, dude. We don't know if they're the best because you think they're the best.
Yeah, there are some where I'm like,
how come Rib Crib didn't make it in? They're Oklahoma. Did you know that?
I know that.
But they ain't no good, dude.
They're fast food.
They're fast food.
Yeah.
Billy Sims not in it. Okay? Swadley's not in it.
Fast food.
I don't care how we did the bracket. Okay? I don't care. We did it to piss you guys off.
We did a hell of a job of that.
Congratulations. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I think if our goal was to anger people, we have succeeded. I'm going to say, I'm just going to go back to it, the number of these businesses that have reached out to us in one way or another to tell us how much of an increase they've had in business
is worth it. Be mad about it. Do better. Because we're not we have people that, and respectfully, we're going to decline. Because if we had to pick a winner today, we couldn't do it. Could we? No. We're not going to pick. We're just going from the list. You told us what you thought was XYZ. We comprised the list similarly to the way we did the Cafe 75, that was almost a debacle.
Yeah.
Okay. The dark horse could win.
Can we be honest about Cafe 75? Literally in Southern Living magazine, they're talking about the legend that is Cafe 75, the chicken fried steak legend of Oklahoma that's only been open for a year.
Yeah.
I'm going to say somebody was doing their homework by listening to the OnlyinOKShow.
Yes, somebody at a magazine that claims to be Southern, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we put people on, okay? We put you onto the place. We put the restaurant on the map. They're there. We helped. If you don't like the Heavenly Barbecue, won by 1%.
Technically, it was 2%.
2%?
When it closed.
You had to run.
Yes, I had to run.
You had to run to the polling
screenshot
office.
It to prove that it was in fact done.
I was trying to make it sound bigger, like you had to run down to the polling office.
Yeah.
You did. You
had to run to headquarters.
Run to headquarters to, make the announcement and call it. It's going to be tight, folks. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
It is. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Blacktop Barbecue, great barbecue, and guess what? They're still serving barbecue. You can still go there.
You can.
Just because they didn't win that particular matchup does not mean that they have to close their doors.
Right. It's not. We're not the health department. We didn't come in and find a speck on something and shut them down.
Their cinnamon roll wasn't big enough, so we have to shut this whole operation down.
Yeah, when I opened the lid on the container, I had to eat icing from 2 places, not just the cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Just immediate disqualification. Get over yourselves. Let's have fun. It is the barbecue tournament of champions. It continues. It rages on. We'll talk a little bit more after it's all said and done. But right now we're taking a break. We're gonna take a break from barbecue.
We are. We've got a great interview with John Stokes, the director of the Noble Rose Rock Festival, coming up, and after that, we're going to be talking about the Olympics coming to Oklahoma.
Well, coming up May the 2nd is the Rose Rock Festival going on in Noble, Oklahoma, and today we're lucky enough to have the director, John Stokes, with us to tell us what we're missing if we don't go and what we're getting if we do. John, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a great time down in Noble, America, and it's actually our 43rd annual, so it's been going on for quite a while. Just got all sorts of stuff that you would expect to see at a music festival. We have roughly 15 to 18,000 people come through on the weekend, which is pretty good for a town of our size.
Yeah, that's a lot of chicken fried steak. That's a lot of chicken fried steak, John.
Yeah, that's we love having you guys down here for that.
Oh, but let me tell you, they ate us alive when Kendall's didn't crack, didn't get to win the whole thing. So I'm not sure if we can even come in. We'd have to come through Purcell. I don't think we could come through the main drag into Noble.
Yeah, well, I can escort you in if I need to.
Please do.
I can get up there and get you an escort. Yeah.
You're the director. You get it done.
I can make it happen for you.
Sounds good.
So as far as music goes,
we'll kick off Friday night. I think first band hits at like 5:15 on Friday, and then we go Friday night, and then all day Saturday, and then into Sunday. It's pretty cool. We started, we used to bring in tons of different bands from all over the place, and which was cool and everything. But we found out we really got a lot more action from bringing in a lot of local talent. So we bring in it's mostly Oklahoma bands, mostly close to Norman, Oklahoma City, down around our area, Lexington, Purcell, things like that. They tend to bring a crowd with them, so it works for everybody that way. One guy we got coming this year, I don't know if you've heard of Monty Montgomery. He was rated in Guitar Magazine as like the #1 acoustic guitar player in the world.
Really?
But yeah, remember Tool Time with Tim Allen?
Yeah.
That show? Yeah, he was the one that played all the music in that show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's too cool.
It's our second time to have him. He'll be here at like 1 o'clock on Saturday. And we're excited to have him, man. He can jam out. He's a lot of fun to do.
How many Tool Time encores were you gonna get?
Yeah, we didn't ask him to do any Tool Time music, so I don't know. I don't know if it's a subject or not, but anyway, he's an awesome guy. We had a lot of fun with him the last time he was here.
Yeah, I feel like
he's coming back.
Well, I feel like if he's not getting any residuals, it's probably going to be a hard pass.
Yeah. He's got to make something off of it, I would think, but. He's a lot of fun to listen to, and another thing that we have mixed in with our music, we actually have professional wrestling on Saturday. They come in, they set up the ring, put on the whole shooting match, man. It's a sight to see, I promise you.
Well, maybe we could get one of the wrestlers to wear a Kendall shirt, the other one to wear a Cafe 75, and then we'll just do this thing all over.
We'll rejudge it.
Yeah. Hey. For the right amount of money, they'll wear whatever you want.
I was going to say, right? Yeah, I've known some professional wrestlers that would probably do it for a sandwich, honestly. But speaking of food, we obviously talk about Kindles, but what type of food vendors are we going to be talking about? Food trucks or just kind of fair food or what?
Well, we've got both. We've got a couple of food vendors that come every year that are carnival type. The normal corn dogs and chicken on a stick and all that stuff, that you get. But then we've also got a taco truck coming in this year. We've got we normally have a barbecue truck coming in. We normally have 7 or 8 food vendors. I think we've actually got 8 food vendors over there that pretty much stay hopping all day long. So it's quite a variety. We got some specialty ice cream people coming in this year. That looks pretty cool. So. Just about anything you can imagine, you can get. It's just a lot of fun.
So, what about any other activities, stuff that might be good for the kids, things of that nature?
Yeah. So we have a carnival every year. You have a festival without a carnival. So that's going on, and all of our banks in town, as well as the Chamber of Commerce, you can get advanced tickets there and get them a little bit cheaper than what you can get them at the door, but. We've got the carnival that'll kick off on Friday and go all the way through the weekend. We've got, not really for kids, but there's a poker run that happens on Saturday. It kind of beats our parade out. So the parade happens on Saturday. The parade is always super cool. Lots of floats in it. We're doing a 90s theme this year for our parade, and so there'll be all sorts of I'm assuming you guys are old enough to remember the 90s. I don't know how old you guys are.
Listen,
some of the people in our committee were like, I don't know. I don't remember anything from the 90s.
John, how old are you?
I'll be 50 at the end of this year. Yeah.
So right now we're in the Emerald Triangle of Gen X right here. We've got almost 50. Yeah. We got a 50 plus. I'm the youngest one here of the Power Rangers. I'll be 48. So yeah, the 90s. I talk about it all the time. The 90s was peak everything.
Yeah.
Fast food was better. Music was better. Take me back to the 90s just for a little bit, not for all of it.
It was a good time. Well, if you love them, then you'll want to come watch our parade, because I'm sure there'll be plenty of 90s music playing on all of those floats, and seeing some of those kids grunged out and with their garage bands.
Right.
It'll be a lot of fun. And I've heard some of the bands are going to try to hit some 90s songs, just kind of to be in the spirit of things.
To appease that'll be fun. To appease the parents and some of the grandparents.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's. I'm talking about the 90s. I'm a grandparent now myself.
Me too.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got that going on. We also got helicopter rides. There's a helicopter that comes, and he'll be doing rides all weekend. And then we got a petting zoo for the kids and bounces and all of that good stuff. For the adults, there's like a beer and wine garden that they can partake in if they would like to. Makes the music sound a little better sometimes.
Right.
So go get some of that.
You know, some of that music's maybe not as good as we remember. Maybe the beer was just better. I don't know.
Could have been, man. I'm not sure what it was.
That's funny.
And one thing we started last year, we actually on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, we do a open mic. So like for singer songwriters or just
podcasters
are more than welcome. I mean, you can come up and tell jokes. You can do an interpretive dance. I don't care what you do, man.
Yeah,
we're filling spot on the stage.
I've got a lot of things to get off my chest. You didn't tell me what I can say. But
well, it is a family-friendly festival.
Yes,
so,
yes.
You can't get. You can come watch the wrestling, and that's about as far as we like.
Right.
The wrestlers do is about as far as we like.
Well, then send me to the beer garden after I get off stage. Probably going before. It's probably a bad move.
That would probably be a good idea. Yeah.
I did think I saw something about a corn dog eating contest. Is this a thing?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, we do it. We started that maybe 4 or 5 years ago. One of the guys there that comes as a vendor every year, he sponsors it. It's a lot of fun. We never. I don't think we've had anybody eat over. I think 3 or 4 was the most that they've ever eaten. They're big.
Okay, I was like, hang on a second.
Normal. It's not a Sonic corn dog that you're getting. It's like a Sonic foot long with a bunch of batter on it.
Like the fair corn dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Big boys.
It's a big dog. It's a lot in a short amount of time. So half the people that enter, I think, just do it for a free corn dog. I think that's the only reason.
Yeah, and then not want to eat corn dog again for another year, probably.
Yeah, probably so. But that's a fun deal on Sunday. And Sunday's a great time to come out. It's a little less crowded on Sunday afternoon. Less line at the carnival, and might get some deals. We have vendors. We have 100 booths. We have 100 vendor booths available, and they're all taken. So
wow, that's great. That's great news.
Yeah, it's a pretty big. We've got a wait list on it right now, so it's we've maxed out the space that we have to have the festival in, and so that's a good problem to have.
Well, and speaking of space, and you're talking about attendance being well over 18,000 is what you're expecting this year. What is we've been to until we got ran out of town, we've been to Noble quite a few times. What is the parking situation? Is there shuttles? What might you expect from that?
Yeah, we normally have some golf carts that are running around that'll help people get around. There's parking on Main Street, and then there's some street parking across the road in the neighborhoods on each side of the festival grounds there, the City Hall property. So it's kind of like find a spot and take it. But I mean, normally you're walking, a block or so to maybe 2 to get to the festival. So it's not really that bad. And then we're kind of spread out too, because we have a car show that's going on that's about 2 blocks away from like where the stage is, and so people are walking back and forth between all of that anyway. It's pretty accessible. It's not horrible. We don't have like a main parking lot for it because that's where our festival is in that parking lot.
So we kind of glossed over a little bit. You've got a bunch of different events happening. When's the best time to show up? Are we looking at 10 a.m. is a great time? I mean, kind of give us a little bit of the timeline.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a bad time to show up. If you're looking for the lowest times in the crowds, it's probably going to be, Friday evening. We kick off at 5:15 for first band. We actually open up at 4, I believe, on Friday. So that's when you can get into vendors and things like that. So, it's kind of slow starting around then. If you want to be there with the crowds, then our parade happens at 10 o'clock on Saturday. And right after that parade's over, everybody pours into the festival. So Saturday morning, pretty much Saturday all day is just packed. And then Sunday morning, Discover Church actually has their church service out there on that stage that day. And then right after that, we go into open mic and things like that. And so Sunday is, and then we have a closing band that afternoon. So Sunday's a little quieter. Friday, as it's getting started, is a little quieter. Saturday is going to be packed. And so depending on which you want to be in, those are your times.
That's awesome. So, John, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. What is the best way for people to find more information or nail down addresses, details, that sort of stuff? Is there a central clearinghouse for your info on the festival?
Facebook is probably the one that we use the most. Facebook, Instagram. They can always go to the Noble Chamber website, nobleok.com. They can get to us from there, or just look up Rose Rock Music Festival on Facebook, and they can get to us that way. And then, throughout the weekend, we'll post live stuff up on that and keep everybody up to date with anything that's happening or changing, or anything going on. We'll try to get it out the best we can. But that website and Facebook and Instagram is the best way to get the info on what's happening.
We'll drop links to those pages in the show notes to help people find that information.
Well, I did have one other thing to ask. All right, John. Hey, man, we really appreciate you taking the time. I know we kind of had to do some in between and things, and we got you here. That's all that matters. We got John Stokes, the legend in the festival industry. I mean, he's you know what I mean? Like,
far and wide.
He's the Bill Graham of Rose Rock Festival. So
yeah, exactly.
We appreciate you taking the time, man. Such not late notice, but what a trooper, man. This is a lot of fun.
Hey, man, it was fun. I enjoyed it, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll catch you on the flip, man. Well, it sounds like there's big doings happening in Noble, and you know exactly how to get there.
I'm concerned that by the time we're done doing our restaurant matchup series, we're not going to be allowed to go to any festivals because somebody's going to be mad at us in every town in Oklahoma.
We're the most hated.
We are.
We are the Tupac and Biggie of Oklahoma food and travel.
We're not the podcasters that you wanted. We're the podcasters you deserved.
Yeah, it's we're on Bread Boy Records. So that was dumb. But here's the thing: I live longer than you, technically. If we're doing the Tupac, I'm Tupac.
Are you're calling Tupac?
I want Tupac. I think Biggie was older, so it makes sense.
I'd prefer Biggie anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
What's that? I'm trying to think of a good line.
I don't think you could say any of Biggie's lines.
No info for the DEA. Tap myself because I'm flagrant. You know what I mean?
After the break, is mutton busting a new Olympic event because the Olympics are coming to OKC?
Yeah. Well, today's show is brought to you by our friends of Nakoma Park.
By our friends of friends?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a local nonprofit working to raise funds for a community project in Nakoma Park. And right now, things are heating up.
Nakoma Park is bumping.
It's bumping. And they're like the fundraising season is in full swing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're already advertising the EOC.
Which is not that far away. Dude, well, this year has blazed by.
It's gone. It's literally gone. The future is, okay, it just ended. But they're working to turn an underdeveloped 60-plus acre park located near Hiawassee and 23rd into a safe, exciting place for the community by adding soccer fields, walking trails, splash parks, dog parks.
I think more importantly, though, the thing that you and I keep talking about, the festivals. They're putting in a spot for festivals. I saw one the other day driving down by Hera, and they have what looks like a little concert venue by a pond right outside of town. And I was like, that is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see something like that here in Nakoma Park. I think it would be great for the community and a great place for Friends of Nakoma Park to have fundraisers.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's so easy to get involved. You know, we mentioned the Bites of EOC. They do trunk or treat at Halloween, Christmas tree lighting at Christmas. Hopefully by Christmas they'll have the money they need, but you need to keep an eye out for them on their Facebook page for all the new happenings in Nakoma Park. And it's simple. Just head over to facebook.com/Friends of Nakoma Park.
It is official.
It's official.
OKC to host 2028 Olympic river and softball events, according to Steve Lackmeyer over at the Oklahoman.
Hey, they said river. They didn't say that. I didn't see noodling on there anywhere. You're right. It's not on there. We're not noodling.
That would be an awesome
That would be a cool
Olympic
event.
sport.
I think we would probably run away with that.
I don't know. There's got to be some Vietnam or something where they have that on lockdown,
or South America, somewhere on the Panama Canal where they're pulling like piranhas out with their bare hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is really cool. It's great for the city. I mean, with everything that's going on down there right now, you've got the Okana open. That I almost feel like the timing is just right. You've got Okana opening up. You'll be getting really close to having if it's not ready by then already, the new arena. It's great for Oklahoma City.
Well, I think a lot of it is because of all the work that's been done with the MAPS program. Love it or hate it, they've added a lot of infrastructure to Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
but Los Angeles, I think, is the side that started this.
Yeah,
they were like, "Hey, we're getting the Olympics, but we don't have a spot for this, and we don't have a spot for this."
Yeah,
and they reached out to us.
Isn't that is? I wonder what was there a bidding war involved?
I don't think so, but it sounds like it's going to save Los Angeles a lot of money, and it's potentially going to make Oklahoma City a lot of money.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the publicity doesn't hurt either. Just ask.
It does not. Yeah.
Just ask a couple of guys that get publicity on a regular basis, good and bad.
We do get a little bit of publicity. Mayor Holt said it's official. 2 sports from the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, softball and canoe slalom, will be staged in their entirety in America's 20th largest city, Oklahoma City.
We're made to crack the top 20, and it's not for being fat, and it's not for being redneck. Congratulations, OKC, you made it.
I think it's cool.
It is cool.
I think they're expecting 200,000 people to come to Oklahoma City because of those events.
That is superb for Oklahoma City.
That's a lot of hotel rooms.
That's a lot of hotel rooms. A lot of people bitching about parking.
How soon do you think Oklahoma will even be considered to host the Olympics?
I mean, they're kind of posturing themselves. You know, go back to OK89. Remember that? They had some Olympic trials here. They did diving and swimming at the community college built a pool, an indoor pool, because of the Olympics back in 89.
Yeah.
And we weren't even close to being anything like we are now.
No.
I mean, I don't think it's unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic, but there's a lot of competition for that. I just think it's cool that we got a piece of it. I think it's good for the state.
I wonder, though, you know, as much as we think it's natural selection, I wonder, though, if it does come down to 35, 60, so I just wonder if there's a bidding war that happens, or they do it based on size and access. Well, I'd love to see what the criteria would be, to see if we're even close to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's all behind doors.
Right.
But if you want more information on that story, we'll include a link in the show notes to the Daily Oklahoman, directly to that news story. You can find out all about it. That's your cue. These, like, eyes drilling into your skull from over here.
Find out all about it. That's right. You can find more about it at OnlyinOKShow.com.
It's in the show notes.
It's in the show notes. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
No, you're supposed to transition to the feedback.
Right, gotcha. Remember when we used to have a freaking feedback.
Yes, we did have a pretty cool stinger for feedback.
What happened?
You stopped making stingers.
Feedback. I don't have time.
See?
You want to know why it's hard to do that? Because I don't have access to audio where I can listen to it in my earphones through the computer. It's really hard to do that.
Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo. Well, speaking of events that are taking place in Oklahoma now, not in the future, the barbecue Tournament of Champions has been a mother.
It has, but we did get some good feedback on YouTube. SFRAMYLU. I don't know what that is. San Francisco Ram, you love you. I don't know. They commented on our barbecue championship, our Tournament of Champions championship event, and said they'd driven by Heavenlee Barbecue a couple of times, wondered what it was all about. After watching this video the other day, I took some friends for dinner. Everything you said, everything, all caps, you said is true. The food was fantastic. We had ribs and burnt in some sides and dessert. The people made us feel like family. The facility was clean, and I will be a regular heart emoji.
Thank you. I'll take any flowers, any of them. We know what we're talking about.
We do know what we're talking about.
Okay? We know what the frack we're talking about, man. I get tired of it.
That is the feedback that I want to hear. The other feedback about how evil we are because we didn't match up the right people hurts my feelings a bit, so I ignored all of those.
Didn't you read one earlier to me that wasn't included in this? It was pretty good.
We've got a bunch of them.
There's a bunch.
Okay, just for the record, on the last matchup alone, I want to say total comments across all social media is more than 2,000 comments.
2,000 comments.
Combined, yeah.
That's not bad.
It's pretty fantastic.
For a little old podcast.
A little old podcast.
Just a little old podcast.
In a state that has never hosted the Olympics.
That's never hosted the Olympics. I also want to say something.
I'm listening.
I don't care about how we rank people. The people that matter the most are the people that benefit the most. The restaurants. We've put more asses in seats.
I disagree. I don't know that they matter more. I think, yes, it's important that we highlight the restaurants that are going the extra mile for their customers. But we have a responsibility to the almost 100,000 people that follow the OnlyinOKShow.
Yeah.
For our travel tips.
You're right. Our
Sorry. Restaurant suggestions, our reviews.
I got a little emotional. Because we're getting browbeat over barbecue ribs.
We are. And that's because what we do is on the internet. It doesn't matter what we say or how we do it. It will always be wrong.
And what we say, and here's the thing, if restaurants chime in with opinions, it's because it matters to them too.
It does.
This isn't blood for blood, y'all.
No, again, like I said before, they still have their license. They can still serve barbecue even if they don't win. And honestly, we're pumped on everybody on the list.
Absolutely. I've zero complaints. None.
So if you have feedback, we'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you.
But if you're out visiting these places because of us, let them know that you're there because of the OnlyinOKShow.
I mean, yeah, tip the cap. We're trying to do the Lord's work out here. Help us out.
Oh, and P.S.
Yes.
We've got merch now.
We do have merch.
On redbubble.com if you want a cool t-shirt. We've got some barbecue themes out there right now.
Hell, Lumberjack Woodfire Pizza's already picked up some stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, some stickers.
That is cool. So if you guys are looking for the perfect shirt to wear to eat barbecue, they're up there. Check it out. Just search OnlyinOKShow on redbubble.com or hit any of our social media to find a link directly to our store.
Buy a white shirt and eat barbecue in it.
100%.
Trust me, I'm a foodie shirt. Do we need one? Hi from Brazil. Good night. We're getting a lot of people peeking in. I get them from Vietnam, Brazil. I get them from Chile. I get them from Chili's. The number one request is baby back, baby back. Just kidding. Well, this has been the OnlyinOKShow. New episodes, new content, damn near daily. Okay, not, but we're trying to daily-ish. Join the revolution. Get yourself a t-shirt. Come hang out with us. We're everywhere. I'm Brett.
I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace. You got to turn it down. No mic. We have 2 turntables and a microphone. More like we have 2 end tables and a microphone. We got 2 end tables and a microphone. You know what we need? We need a desk where I can stick more than one leg under. We need one that we can go that's round, like a half oval. That has room for everything. Novel idea, but I don't think so.
Hello, Lauren.
Can we get to 10,000 likes? All right.
Dude, you need to stop it with the making people do stuff.
It's the only call to action we can seem to get anybody to do. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's not one that I care about.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, baby. What are we going to talk about?
That's what I asked you. And
listen, what are we going to talk about, man?
The number of likes that we get on this. No.
Listen to me. What? Remember Weird Science, like, man, that kid knows the blues, man. Remember that? What he's like?
Yeah.
Man, my girl. I can't remember. I don't remember what he said. 10,000. That's cake. Wow. Then we go for more. 50,000 tonight. We're going for 50,000. What are we talking about tonight?
100 million.
100 million?
Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience.
Oklahoma Sooner, baby, you bet. Oh, you, baby. Boomer Sander, dude. Welcome to the show, and today we're warming up to the Rogues Rock Festival in downtown Noble. And after the break, we're discussing the Olympic events that are being hosted in OKC. I'm Brett.
Outlaw.
1405
in Oklahoma City.
I'm an Indian outlaw. Half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby. I promise you, you wouldn't call yourself an Indian outlaw. Not a chance. You're not going, I'm an Indian outlaw. No, you're not an Indian outlaw, Tim.
I'm not.
I should know when the Rose Rock Fest is, but when is it? You're
May
from
2nd.
Noble.
May
Congratulations.
2nd through the 4th.
I'm an Indian outlaw. Half Polish and German. I'm an American outlaw. Half German and whatever the other white people are. I'm a one of a kind. No, you're actually not a one of a. You're a proud boy. All right. So what have we been talking about?
Stuff and things.
Outlaw 1405, baby. That's the year was 1405, baby. When we came over on the Mayflower. Wait, when was that?
Pretty sure it wasn't 1405.
The year was 1405, and we made it across the ocean alive. That's how it starts, man. That's the Pilgrim poem of the Pilgrims. Came up on the prairie. All right. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And what he did when he got here, we don't talk about it. The song ends there, doesn't it? In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and the rest of it's like, eep, just a censor bar. Eep. All right.
There are 7 people in your live.
Listen here. I'd rather like a kid. 3, 2, 1. What are we talking about?
I don't know. You've asked me that like 27 times. I still don't know.
What'd you do over the weekend?
I drove to Texas.
What else did you do this weekend? What else did you do?
That's literally it.
If I talk like that, it does.
Makes me throw open my mouth a little bit.
Hey, Harley. Please don't.
You should go to the Secret Garden Medieval and Fantasy Fair in Shawnee this week.
It's a secret. You just ruined it for everybody. You should go to the Top Secret Ren Fair. There's not going to be one. I used to be one. What is going on? What are we talking about, man?
I don't know. I don't know why you're having such a problem with this.
We need to talk about something.
Something.
Norman Music Fest is this weekend, too. Yeah, it's going to be just nothing but a bunch of food.
I think I'm getting old because I don't know that there's a band that's current that I would go see.
Who?
I said I don't think there is one.
I don't recognize
Hello,
music.
Jake.
I don't recognize music. I haven't been to Norman Music Fest. It probably the last one I went to was when I got my last wife. early on.
You got your last.
So this is how long ago it's been.
Roofing Guy 79.
That's Jeremy Meehan.
Hello, Thang Long. And Wayne B.
Yeah, you want to know if you're a thing? I have a friend in a band, but never go. Good friend. Though they're not really your friend. But, I mean, come on. I have a so-called friend that's in a band. But, I went, the last time I really went, somebody said nice mohawk.
Mohawk?
Yeah, I had a mohawk at one point. Yeah.
I wouldn't have ever
I mean, it
called
wasn't
that
like
a mohawk.
No, it wasn't like this, but it was like this. It was cut this short, like that. It went all the way back. He's like, nice mohawk, dude. I was like, yeah, I'm a badass. All right. You want to talk barbecue controversy?
We can do that.
Let's do that. Let's talk a little barbecue controversy, shall we? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Let's 3, 2, 1.